Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is May 28th, 2025. It is currently 5:57 p.m. in the East Coast of the United States. So good to be with you all. Thank you so much for joining me. We have a lot to get into. Today, we have the biggest update since probably the beginning of Lilly and Jack Sullivan missing out of Nova Scotia. Before we get started, y'all, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that. If you would also click out this link, share it on your social media. People still in Nova Scotia and around Canada, they could be anywhere at this point. People still need to know where Jack and Lilly Sullivan are. So please share it on your social media. That's a way to help as well. Also, if you want, become a Pearl. We would love to have you here. Join the Pearl family. That always helps. You can also donate to the channel. That's appreciated as well. Your mom is 92. Mrs. B Great 88. Happy birthday to you, ma'am. 92 years. That is such a blessing to be 92. That is so amazing. Be Great 88, wishing your mom the most happiest birthday possible. That is so amazing to live 92 years. A lot of people don't get that. So what a blessing. What a blessing. Be great. All right, guys. Huge news coming out of Nova Scotia. Jack and Lilly. Rcmp has given an update. And this changes everything. It really changes everything. Because we thought maybe they got off the bus Tuesday, something happened. Maybe they got off the bus Wednesday, or not, they were off school Wednesday, sorry. Maybe they were out of school Wednesday, something happened. Nope. Nope. We know now, after what I'm about to tell you, nothing happened Tuesday. Nothing happened Wednesday. Thursday is a different day. And they were seen in public Thursday. Lilly and Jack Sullivan were seen in public Thursday. Did you get my text message? Did you just send it? Maybe that's the better question. Did you just send it? Let's see here. I don't know. I'm trying to see. All right, we're going to get to it. Guys, phone lines are open. If you want to call in about this, love to have your comments on this. This changes everything. It really does change everything now that we know this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bear with me. I just pulled up the wrong one first. I just got a text message, so we'll see what that is. The Rcmp is coming in clutch. As the missing persons investigation into the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan continues, the Rcmp is appealing to the public for additional video footage. They need more. Investigators have collected hours of video from the area surrounding Lansdowne Station. Quote, based on the details we've gathered so far, we've confirmed that Lilly and Jack Sullivan were observed in public with family members on the afternoon of May 1st. May 1st. Changes everything, y'all. It's our Rcmp. Find out what it means to me. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. I love you. You're funny. You're funny. You always make us laugh in these really hard situations. So thank you. Last seen in public May 1st with family. Remember, they went missing May 2nd. May 2nd. So if something happened, it had to happen after they were seen in public. After they were seen in public. I know, Lori, right? I was thinking the same thing. So based on details we have gathered so far, we have confirmed that Lilly and Jack Sullivan were observed in public with family members afternoon. That's big as well. On May 1st, says Corporal Sandy Marthu. I don't know if I say her last name or not. Northeast Nova Scotia RCMP Major Crime Unit, quote, we're now asking anyone who has dash cam footage or video along Gairloch Road between 12 p.m. on April 28th and 12 p.m. on May 2nd to contact us. Now, that is a big time frame, right? But we know that Lilly and Jack are fine. They're fine May 1st, seen in public with family. Okay. Now, I understand they're probably wanting to see what was going on with the family in the area, all of that, before they went missing, because what generally happens whenever someone goes missing, it's usually something that leads up to it. There's a stressful situation going on, someone snaps, or they're having financial problems, they need money, something, right? I would too. But, they just say family members. That's a good question, always late. Yeah. So they want dash cam footage or video along Gairloch Road between 12 p.m. on April 28th and 12 p.m. on May 2nd. Now, why 12 p.m. on May 2nd? Because remember, mom and them call in at approximately 10 a.m. And, so they're wanting a couple hours after this has been reported, just to be on the safe side, right? So I get that. Investigators remain committed to exploring all possibilities surrounding the children's disappearance. To date, more than 355 tips have been received and are being followed up. Rcmp officers have also formally interviewed over 50 people. The other day, it was what, 30 something? 33 or 35? Now we're up at 50 formally interviewing. They've been busy. With more interviews planned in the coming days. Investigative work is ongoing following a large-scale investigation, ground and air search that began immediately after the children were reported missing on May 2nd. Hundreds of searchers, multiple dogs, a variety of drones, underwater recovery team, and several aircraft scoured a heavily wooded 5.5 square kilometer area before search efforts were scaled back on May 7th. Additionally, searchers took place on May, I think it says 6th, 9th, 17th, and May 8th, 9th, 17th. Okay, let me pull up the new one here. Guys, phone lines are open. If anybody wants to call in, you're welcome to. Additional searches took place on May 8th, May 9th, and May 17th. Clutch your pearls.
Hi, Justin.
Hel-
This is Shirley.
Hey, how you doing? Good. You doing okay, darling?
This story is funny.
What's that?
This story doesn't make any sense because Mom left after an argument with Daniel. How many arguments have they had before this and she didn't leave?
Well, there was an argument after the kids went missing, right? Or was it before the kids went missing?
It was right after the kids went missing and she left the property.
Okay. Global news.
How many arguments
What's that?
did they have before that?
Oh, I know. It feels like something was breaking down. Something was breaking down in this family. You know what I mean?
Right. It just seems like something was real funny here because I'm pretty sure they've had arguments before all couples do.
Yep.
That's just normal. But you just don't get up and leave because you have an argument with your kids are sitting.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. You're exactly right. Was there tension between family? It sounded like there was tension between the family to begin with, because you guys just don't start blaming each other. You know what I mean?
Right, and I think they know. I think she took them babies and got them hidden with them family members that them babies were seen with. When I heard that report this morning, that they seen them with family members, but it wasn't necessarily Mom and Daniel.
Right. Right. Something's going on. Something doesn't smell right in Nova Scotia. I'm just saying. Something doesn't smell right.
Beginning to sound like pages out of Keiko and Igor's book.
Yeah. Mama first says, I feel like Mom was overwhelmed. I can see that. I really can see that. I mean, having 3 kids under the age of 6, that's a lot. That's a lot. And especially with limited income. You know what I mean? With limited income. It's
It is a lot. It's a lot for even a single parent with a teenager.
Yeah.
You know, on a limited income.
Yeah.
But we don't go put our kids in hiding. Claim they're missing.
Now, I want to know.
It needs to come clean.
I want to know your guys' thoughts. When it comes to now that they were seen May 1st, absolutely fine in public. Do you guys think, does this change anything for you in chat and on phone? Does this change anything for you? Do you think there's still a possibility that they're out there, that they're safe?
I feel that there was a family member and she's got him hidden there because she had all intentions of leaving Daniel, and that's why the argument broke out, and she had to use them kids as missing as an excuse.
I don't, who said that? I think it was Uber. I'm sorry, Uber. I apologize. I stay away from Discord. Okay, my dear. Well, thank you so much. We're getting ready to watch this brand new video of Daniel.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Uh-huh.
All right, honey. Bye-bye. Great caller. Great caller. All right. We got brand new video coming out. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? For me, this doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. Now, what were they doing out Thursday, right? I mean, she could have been taking Lilly to the doctor, perhaps. Maybe she was taking Lilly to the doctor. Maybe she wasn't. But they were out Thursday. And if she wasn't taking him to the doctor, getting medicine or something, she could have probably went to school. There's that as well. We'll see. Here we go.
Me was still just over a week ago. The road behind me was still swarming with search and rescue personnel as RCMP resumed their ground search for 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, who first went missing 3 weeks ago in Lansdowne Station. Now, this has been a story that has dominated headlines across the country and beyond as people speculate and wonder about what could have happened to these 2 missing children. Now, just because the road is deserted doesn't mean RCMP are finished with their investigation. In fact, they just put out a statement Wednesday calling on the public for more footage.
Investigators are now asking anyone who has dash cam footage or video along Garlick Road between noon on April 28th and noon on May 2nd to contact Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crime Unit.
They add RCMP are committed to exploring all possibilities in the case and have formally interviewed more than 50 people, with more interviews planned in the coming days. The children's stepfather, Daniel Martel, says he has been interviewed extensively since Lilly and Jack were first reported missing. You mentioned last time we chatted that you'd offered to do a polygraph test.
That is correct.
Has that already happened?
That has happened.
Right. And did you get results from that yet?
I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor, we'll say that.
Martel said,
Ooh, guys. Ooh. I don't know about that.
as he is glad the police have put out the additional call for footage and is again asking anyone with information to come forward. Despite not having had contact with the children's mother, Malaya, since May 3rd when she left the search area, he says an RCMP liaison has been assigned to keep them both informed as the investigation progresses.
Trust the RCMP word, and I mean, you don't have to trust my word, but I'm the only one doing media for Jack and Lilly, trying to keep the story alive and
I'll give him
get
that.
them found.
I'll give him
According
that.
to RCMP, any future searches will be determined based
We're
on the
going back
course
to
of
that
the
in a minute.
investigation. They say they've covered a 5.5 kilometer search area and received 355 tips so far in the search for Lilly and Jack Sullivan. Ella MacDonald, Global News, Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia.
Share those results.
I love you, Nova Scotians. God, I love you guys. I love Canadians, period. But it's good. Okay, now we're going to go back to what Daniel just said here, because I don't know about this. I don't get the same feeling as many of you. What is your feeling, Fun Size? I want to hear it.
Results, but they were good in my favor, we'll say that. That has happened.
Right. And did you get results from that yet?
I do have results, and I don't know if I can.
Daniel looks really bad, guys. I'm honestly worried about his physical self. He looks bad, like in the last 3 weeks. Like he has certainly lost some weight. Certainly lost some weight. Definitely lost some weight. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. Hello, caller.
Hello. Good. I just came across the chat.
Yeah. How are you
My
doing?
name is Mac on YouTube.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great. Thank you. Am I lagging?
Nope, you're good.
Great. Okay. When I'm following the case, I'm finding that there's so many different versions of the story. I think the parents have something invested in it. What do you think?
Could you repeat that? I apologize.
Okay, I think I think Daniel and the mother have something invested in it. I
Yeah.
think that they know more than they claim.
I agree. I don't see how there's
what
anything
concerns
that
me,
I don't see how they couldn't know more, to be quite honest with you.
right? What concerns me is that I don't think the children are living.
You don't think what about their living?
I don't think the children are living.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, it
It's
worries me quite a bit.
it's very
I mean,
possible. It really is. It's very possible. Daniel
Yeah.
definitely looks stressed in this. He definitely looks stressed in this. He
you know
appears
what
to
bothered me
lose
about
weight.
him at the very beginning?
What's that?
When he talked about Jack in the past tense.
Yes, he did. He did talk about them in the past tense. That is true.
And so did Malaya. She also used the past tense.
Hmm.
And I guess I'm hearing that from them.
What bothers me, well, other than the inconsistent stories and the families blaming each other,
Right.
is that Daniel says he gets in his car and goes up these roads and checks in these culverts and runs up to water in his waist, and he was gone for most of the day when they first went missing. And
Oh, and another thing, they weren't at school in May. The bus driver said so.
they weren't at school
He was
on
interviewed.
Thursday and Friday.
May the 1st?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering about this party
but the thing is, we
that we
know
heard so much about.
that they were okay May 1st, at least in the
Oh.
afternoon. That's what Rcmp is coming
Really?
out and saying now. They're
I
saying
missed that.
yeah, this is breaking. They are coming out and they said that Lilly and Jack were seen with, quote, family members. It doesn't say who the family members are, but they do say that they were
Wow.
seen with family members out and about on May 1st in the afternoon. That was Thursday.
Wow.
So they were fine Thursday afternoon. Now, what happened Thursday evening, Thursday night, can't tell you. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a story that's grabbed everybody.
Yeah. Very possible.
Even people in the UK are talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big case.
Very perplexing.
It's a very big case, and something's got to give. And I'll be honest with you, I think the Rcmp is doing a really good job overall.
I do. I mean, as much as they have to work with.
Yeah, I mean, for where they're, I mean, you got to realize where they live. They live in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know if you've ever watched me cover Sebastian Rogers' case, but they are in.
No.
Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old autistic boy that went missing in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and the last time he is seen is at a steakhouse, and then there's cameras everywhere in the city there and all the way to the home, and they still can't find him. I mean, these guys are out in the middle of literally Nova Scotia, and they found footage.
They put the kind of blanket, which Daniel says is on theirs, and they found some other things, didn't they?
They have found nothing.
Daniel said nothing.
No. You're seeing there's a lot of misinformation on this case, and you got to be careful of who you follow. The
RCMP answered to that.
Yes, and
said that the stepfather or whatever didn't belong to the family.
Right.
So Daniel's kind of running the show a bit.
I mean, Daniel's the only one who's active.
Yeah. But I'm wondering why. Where's the mom?
Where's mom? Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
I mean, she's with her mother, but
well,
if I was a mother and I lost my little children, I'd be right there.
Yeah, you would think.
I mean,
but that's not seems what's happening right now.
No. I mean, I know probably CPS told her to get out with the baby, but still.
Right.
I don't know. There's just something wrong with all this.
There is, and hopefully RCMP
You
are.
run a great show.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad I found it.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
thank
you
you for
calling
taking
in.
my call.
Of course. Call
Okay.
back anytime. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Great call. Great call. I want to thank It's Me Jen coming in clutch, gifting a Pearl membership. Really do appreciate you, It's Me Jen. If you received that, make sure you give It's Me Jen a big thank you, because you are now a Pearl for the next 30 days. Make sure you take part of our exclusive coverage in the members only section. Okay. But yeah, I really am concerned about Daniel's health. He looks skeleton here. He looks like, I mean, very sunk in, you know. And remember, I showed you guys the pictures of Daniel before Michaela. And hold on, I think we're getting a call. One sec. Hello, how you doing?
Hi, Justin. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. My opinion,
Uh-huh.
this Daniel, I believe an accident happened with the kids in the home. I don't know what day.
I do too.
But I think it was covered up. I think they both were involved. But I think her family at this point knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all trying to throw him up under the bus. But I do feel like he has sorrow about it.
Oh, I do too.
Pardon.
I agree.
And I think it's eating at him and slowly killing him to death.
I think he's very
But that damn
worried.
mother in hiding reminds me of Katie Proudfoot.
Yeah. And
Just
Candace,
walk away and leave.
Candace did
whether
the
it's an
same thing.
accident or not.
Candace Wells did the same thing. They had to literally drag her and throw her in the back of a cop car to get her to go down to talk about her kid. So
I don't understand these mothers. Even if there was an accident, you dial 911. You don't leave your baby's side.
the only time these parents generally behave like this is if they know what happened. Like, if you don't know what happened to your kid, right, you're going to be panicking. You're going to be getting out in front of every camera. You're going to be doing as much as you can to let everybody know, the masses, look for Jack and Lilly.
Like that.
Right. I agree.
You couldn't get me off that property.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't care what you do. My parents would have that other baby watching that baby. I'd be there.
Yeah.
I don't care if I was pissed at him. I don't care who I was mad at. I'd be there. That's a sign of guilt.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Susie.
It's terrible.
Susie says he looks very stressed, lack of sleep. When it comes to the mom, why leave the area when your children are missing? I mean, I've never seen a reason why anyone would leave what should be the most important thing in your entire life, your children. Right?
I probably wouldn't. I'm just being dead honest with you. I probably wouldn't even be sleeping in the house. I'd have me a blanket out in the grass.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go in my home. If I really believe my children walked off, I wouldn't be comfortable sleeping in my bed knowing my children weren't.
Yeah. I agree.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
The hell with all of these parents nowadays. I don't know what the heck's happened to them all.
Yes. She was
You
told.
have to go. You should have to have a license to have a child nowadays.
Yeah. From what I understand, she was actually not. A lot of people think that she was told by CPS to leave, and that was what was going around in the beginning. But we don't know that is true to the best of my knowledge. It's, from what I understand, there was the police called twice after they went at some point during that week. I think it was after they went missing, when there was fights among the family. And so
but that would be to take your child away from there. You could have somebody watch your child. They can't make you not go there where your children are missing.
Well, CPS can't technically kick anyone out to begin with, right?
That's what I'm saying. She could have somebody else watch her baby, and she could be there for her other children.
Right. I mean, like, you make a point. So CPS, they can say, if this person doesn't leave, then we will have to take the child out for the child's protection. But they can't say you have to go. They can't say you have to go and get out your stuff.
CPS might tell her this place ain't fit for that baby. The baby needs to leave, but she can have somebody watch her baby and go back there for her children that need her. I call bullshit.
Right. Well, something's not right. It just, something's not right. You know, you, like I've said 1,000 times already, if the family's fighting and Michaela's family, Malaya's family, is attacking Daniel's family and blaming Daniel, either Malaya has told her family what's really happened or a different story, and that's why they're blaming Daniel. Because if they both said that they were in bed, sleeping with their 18-month-old, trying to get her to sleep and all that, and if they were both in bed all night, all morning, then why would you blame the other person? You both have the same story. You know what I mean?
In a trip. All that wouldn't have happened without them knowing it.
I agree.
Laying in the same bed.
I agree. But this is the thing. How does
everything?
You know, Daniel is saying that he didn't say he passed, but he said this polygraph was, quote, in his favor. Right?
I didn't believe that.
Well,
I didn't believe that.
This is the thing. Do you guys believe that in chat? Let me know. Because his stories, multiple, like, I've shown you guys how many different stories he has said with quotes, right? She popped her head in.
If he isn't allowed to say, why did he say anything?
Right.
He's like, it's in my favor. In your favor of what?
Exactly.
That you're lying?
Exactly. It's crazy.
I can't wait till DD reads this one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully there's some answers soon. Thank you so much for calling, my dear. I really do appreciate you.
I'll be watching you. I love you.
Love you too, darling. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, guys. Just give me 5 minutes, and then we'll do some more call-ins, okay? Just give me 5 minutes. We'll do some more call-ins after this, but I want to cover something really quickly. All right. Daniel, let's listen to what he says right here, and then I just want to kind of go into this just a little bit more.
Share those results.
Hold on.
Test. You mentioned last time we chatted that you'd offered to do a polygraph test.
That is correct.
Has that already happened?
That has happened.
Right. And did you get results from that yet?
I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor. We'll say that.
Martel says he is glad the police have put
good in his favor. Okay, good in his favor. He can't share the results, but they're good in his favor. Well, that's an answer. That's an answer. Nina, thank you so much. The stepfather works 1 day a week. How? I don't know. That's the question, right? How the hell does this happen? How the hell do you only work 1 day a week? Now, she supposedly gets money. The government pays, a certain like $600 a month per kid. I mean, they don't have a lavish lifestyle by any stretch of the imagination. Is that enough to live in Canada, even if you don't have to pay rent? I don't think so, but people live on. He's trying hard to appear innocent, but this is the thing. I've shown you guys where he says in one interview, it's quoted where he says Lilly pops her head in. Then she came in the room, and then he hears Lilly. She goes outside and she goes outside the room and she's playing, and he hears Jack in the kitchen. And then he gets up, and they're no longer there. And then he sticks his head out, and they're no longer there. So he jumps in his car. There's so many. We see inconsistencies. How the hell did he pass a polygraph? How did I mean, is he lying about the polygraph? Is that what we're at now? They're in my favor, is what he says. Yes, Uber, exactly. That they're in my favor. He would have gotten $1,800 for 3 kids per month. Damn, that's not bad. You don't think he passed? I don't think he passed either. I can't see it. I cannot see this. He looks so bad, guys. He really does. Look how dark his eyes are.
And stepfather Daniel Martel says he has been interviewed extensively since Lilly and Jack were first reported missing. You mentioned last time we chatted that you'd offered to do a polygraph test.
That is correct.
Has that already happened?
That has happened.
Right. And did you get results from that yet?
I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor. We'll say that.
Now, let me tell you something. So in Canada, they supposedly don't do polygraphs near as much as they do here in the United States. Even here in the United States, it cannot be used against you in court. It can be spoken about in some courts, but you can't make a determination because of if you passed or if you failed. It can be spoken about in courts. The hesitation. Yes, Brenda, exactly. Now, so this is the thing. If they're not widely used in Canada, and I know it certainly can't be used about you in Canada either. Okay. So why wouldn't you be able to tell us then? Right? You get what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you be able to say, yes, thankfully, I asked them to bring it in and they did, and I passed with flying colors. Rcmp doesn't give a damn whether you say, you passed or you failed. That's going to be, up to you whether you say. But I will say, a lot of times people lie in the moment, like who is in front of them, they will lie to. For instance, they can lie, doing a polygraph, and the polygraph will either show that they're lying or not, or inconclusive. And then they will go here in front of the cameras and they will lie to the cameras, but it makes them look so bad, because if the RCMP knows that they failed a polygraph and he's going to the media and saying, it's in my favor, it's just going to make him look like hell through the RCMP. So it's not a good look. Very similar to what happened in Sebastian Rogers' case. Sebastian's stepfather, from literally day one, was semantics words were used about the polygraph, lied flat out in one instance about the polygraph. Said he would take it with Nancy Grace, never took it as well. Amy, Pennsylvania, welcome to the Pearl family. Nancy, Pearls look amazing on you, my friend. Really do appreciate you, Miss Amy. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. Consider becoming a member of the Pearl family. That's a weird answer. That's a weird way to answer. Did you pass? And you could actually compare it with how Sebastian's stepfather did in that case, right? The answer was, did you and the mom take a polygraph? And he would say, the answer is passed. That's how he would answer it. The answer is passed, not just a yes or no, right? It's harder for a person to just give a direct answer when they're lying. They want to explain it, right? They want to explain it in some way or another. Yep, like I said, mom is not looking, or grandmother or brother. In his favor, possibly he passed. Well, but he says, I can't say whether I can give an answer, but I can say it's in my favor. That's an answer, right? That's an answer. When my daughter walked to a friend's house out of the neighborhood and I couldn't find her, I had no voice left after yelling her name over and over. That's what most parents do. It's your children are the most important thing, more than your own life, right? Right? More than your own life. Uber, I'm getting certified right now. I'm taking classes right now, actually. He could have taken one in the Navy years ago. How do we know if he took one? Oh, so you mean with Sebastian's case? I just wonder how the trail cam picked up who's in the cars that drive past. I'm sure that's like some sort of motion sensor, because a lot of people use them for hunting, that kind of thing. The cops dropped the ball on not checking trail cams earlier. So what's the reason for that then? Well, there's a lot of new information today, and a lot of us thought that perhaps Lilly and Jack, something happened Monday after they got off the bus, or sorry, Tuesday after they got off the bus, or Wednesday when they were off of school. That way, mom called in sick Thursday for the kids, but no, they were absolutely fine Thursday. We now know that. Absolutely fine Thursday. So something, if anything, something really could have happened Friday morning. And the thing that concerns me about that, not only the story, but Daniel saying I wasn't really there a lot of the day Thursday because he was out looking. So that's a little concerning for me. Holly, good to see you, love. 12 months, coming but and in the bushes until flower power for the last 3 years. Started video before first Jose interview. Love you. Stay safe. Blessings to all. Thank you so much, Holly. Really do appreciate your support. You are amazing, my friend. Hope you and your husband are well, my friend. Good to see you. Love you so much. Remember when we had a serial unaliver in the police car, unaliving people with random. You got a point, Mary. You got a point. That was the Rcmp screwed up on that one. I'll tell you that. I personally think they're doing a great job here in Lilly and Jack's case, but you are right. They messed up. They didn't warn anybody on the phones. But then they warned us 2 times about cough cough. Yeah. That was literally a fatal fatal error on the RCMPs then. Justin, can you read the details about last seen on Thursday? Yeah, I'll read it again. Yep, sure will. All right, here we go. I'll take some calls after this if you guys want. All right, so this is directly from the RCMP. I know a lot of people give the RCMP a lot of crap, you know, and some rightly so. But here we go. As the missing persons investigation into the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan continues, the RCMP is appealing to the public for additional video footage. Investigators have collected hours of video from the areas surrounding Lansdowne Station. Quote, based on the details we've gathered so far, we've confirmed that Lilly and Jack were observed in public, again, observed in public with family members on the afternoon of May 1st. Afternoon, May 1st, with family. Jack and Lilly are fine. Again, I really, I know a lot of people are wondering, oops, caller, you can call back. I know a lot of people are wondering about who's the family, right? Who the hell's the family? Is this, step grandma, uncle, grandma, regular grandma? Like, who the hell is it? Or are they just saying, does that mean, mom and stepdad? Or does that mean some other sort of family? I know people keep asking me that. I can't tell you. It just says with family, is all it says. Okay, moving along. So they were last seen with family members in public May 1st, says Corporal Sandy, Northeast Nova Scotia RCMP Major Crimes Unit. Quote, we're now asking anyone who has dash cam footage or video along Gairloch Road between 12 p.m. on April 28th and 12 p.m. on May 2nd, which is the day they went missing, to contact you. So if you've got any sort of video, any sort of dash cam at any time between April 28th at noon to May 2nd at noon, contact them on Lansdowne or Gairloch Road, rather. Investigators remain committed to exploring all possibilities surrounding the children's disappearance. To date, more than 355 tips have been received and that are being followed up on. RCMP officers also formally have interviewed over 50 people, with more interviews coming in the coming days. Formally interviewing 50 people. The other day it was like 35. So they've another 15 people in the last few days. That's amazing. My hubby just retired after 39 years of the RCMP. They are bad apples and everything. Not all bad. Just saying. Absolutely, Holly. Absolutely. And, I've always said, I think it's very easy for just people in general to criticize something when you're not a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not in the thick of it. We're not the ones with boots on the ground. We're not the ones living it. So it's easier for us to criticize when we're not in it, right? And I get that. It's just like, it's easier for, you know, YouTubers to criticize other YouTubers on here because, they're not the other person. You just don't know what someone is going through. I personally think they're doing a great job. And none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. Absolutely none of us. None of our lives are just so, pristine and nothing's. Life is life for all of us, no matter how much we have or don't have. We all have problems. They're just different problems. Justin, 4 second in Malaya's interview, she's got my attention. 14 seconds in, my heart sank. We can play that if you want. Let's see here. Lilly Sullivan. Here we go. We'll pull it up right here. You're saying 14 seconds in, it sank. Justin, you are perfectly you. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. I mean, the only thing that I get mad at myself myself, so I get it. Yeah, I mean, I think we all get mad. I mean, I get mad at myself sometimes, so it's okay. Here we go. 14 seconds.
Them, and I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep.
All right, is it right after, like?
And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them.
Now, I completely disagree with her on this. And I understand when these things are going on, people want to look like they're the perfect parents or whatever. And, they never go outside without my eyes on them. But I don't believe that. I do not believe that they never went outside, because Daniel says we always have to yell at them to, close the door. And you see the path in the yard of them going to the swing and to their play areas. These are kids in the country, right? Like, what's wrong with them going out? I mean, 4, that's a little too early, but it's a fenced in yard, right? Like, they never went out before. They never ran away before, all of that. So I don't really believe her on this, in my opinion. Okay.
And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but
yeah, there's definitely priming there. Yeah. I was drifting in and out of sleep, which is, convenient. It's convenient. And listen, we all drift in and out of sleep, right? We all drift in and out of sleep. But when you are a mother to 3, it's hard to drift in and out of sleep, 8 in the morning. It just is, especially if you have a kid that you've kept home for allegedly 2 days. The RCMP just recently found a body of a missing person in Nova Scotia a year later, and his body was only 5 miles away from his stranded vehicle. Horrible. Yes, I believe the dad found him, didn't he? The dad was looking. And let me tell you something about that father. That father, with the guy that they just found the other day, just like yesterday or day before, I can't remember. That father, yeah, the dad found him. The dad found him. He searched 300 days in a row. 300 days in a row, this man did. Never stopped. That's what a parent does. They will literally wade through hell and high water and claw their way through hell to find their kids. 322 days. Yes, 322 days this guy searched every day. And his son was a full-grown adult, right? Full-grown adult. It doesn't matter if they're 6 or they're 66. They're still your kid. You always see them as your kid. Doesn't matter what age they are. You love them the same. You can't even get mom here to do more than a 2-minute interview in the last nearly going on a month. The father found his son. The father found his son. That's what happened. Where are you, Mom? Where are you? And I've always said, can you imagine? Oh shit, there went my guys. I got to change my battery, I think. Yep. Hold on, I got to change my battery in 1 second. Can you imagine the absolute, like, your mom or your dad, you're missing and you're out there somewhere. Say you're held up in someone's house. Someone's kidnapped you. You're held up in someone's house. And like the RCMP is looking for you or the police are looking for you, and bam, they're not, you see that your mom or your dad's not looking for you. How the hell would you feel about that? How the hell would you feel with that? Guys, let me change my battery. I'm going to play this 1 second and we'll take calls after this. Give me 1 second.
Just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up. I heard them playing in the next room beside us. And I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people.
She's really nervous in that interview. I feel like it's rehearsed. I feel like it's in chunks the way she speaks it, and I feel like she's got to remember this. But I honestly think Mom, like, just looking at her here, you just see her. I see her as a good person. A good person. I really do.
Text me saying that they weren't aware, someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds.
Do you think that they weren't just worked with? Is that it? Or do you think it's the autism? Damn, what's wrong with my phone? Okay, here we go. I'm going to call this caller back. Sorry, guys. We got a caller. She says that they are now feeling sorrow. Yes. Caller? Hold on 1 second, caller. Hey, caller.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm following the story,
Yeah.
and I really believe that the mother has taken the kids somewhere, or a family taken them somewhere, and they're fine and well.
Yeah. Hey, can you turn off the background?
Sorry.
Yeah, you got to turn.
Sorry.
Don't.
You're on my self-talk.
Yeah, you got to talk to me through just the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I think the interview was chopped up. It could have been. That's true. That could be true, Mohawk. You got a very good point there. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think CAS was involved or something with her.
CAF?
And that's my opinion, anyway.
CAF?
Yeah.
What's
Children's Aid Society?
Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know that.
So that's what I'm hoping for, and
Well,
and the kids are fine and well.
hopefully, I think I wonder. You know, there's rumors that dad had the kids in the beginning. There's been so much misinformation in this case.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like now they're, you know, people's been tied up on this party for how long, right? And, you know,
Yeah.
now we know May 1st, they were seen out with family.
Yeah, there you go.
But,
I mean, I would originally believe that, you know, maybe they did something to the kids.
I just thought of something.
But now I really believe a mother would not leave the area if, you know, if her kids are missing. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm a mom, and there's just no way I would leave. Kick me off the property, I'd still be there.
I just thought of something, and I want to make this clear. This is not a fact, what I'm about to say. I just thought of a scenario, though. I just thought of a scenario.
Yeah.
So don't take this
that's
as
my opinion.
no. I'm talking about me. I don't take this as fact, as what I'm about to say. But I just thought of a scenario. It says last seen with family on May 1st. Could that mean that family members could have had Jack and Lilly? Could something have happened with family members, not even at the house?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I really believe that she was trying to run with them or hide the kids from CAS, and they're fine and well with somebody somewhere.
I don't think.
I mean,
I just.
I'm in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, but I mean, I'm keeping my eyes open.
Yeah.
You never know.
See, I think something's happened. I think something's happened.
Yeah.
But
I
would.
gotta let you go. I don't know how much I'm being charged for this, but
Okay, baby.
just
Gotcha.
thought I'd say my opinion.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, call lines are open. Anybody that wants to call in. She was looking at her great escape without any kids. Oops. Thank you for calling, caller.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. I'm from Canada. So,
Welcome.
Daniel.
Huh?
So what happens is, if he passed the lie detector test, it would have been on the news.
You think so?
It's not. Correct.
So I mean, but how do we know if he passed the lie detector? But the RCMP wouldn't tell us, though.
The news would have.
I don't know about that. You think?
I think so. Yep.
Huh.
I mean, I could be wrong,
It was on the news.
but honestly, I believe it would have been on the news.
Huh. I heard it was on CTV at 6. Well, we got it right here. That
There's nothing. There's nothing. I searched it. There's nothing on the news yet.
Yeah. Right here it says Daniel literally talks about it. I've got some new articles that just came out just literally a few minutes ago. I believe it was a few minutes ago. And
let's go past it. I mean,
Everything I see. What does it say? RCMP said that the initial 911 calls, hundreds of people conducted searches. Okay. All right. We'll go through this article. We'll go through some of these articles right here. Let me see if there's any new ones.
I mean, like I said, unless I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't show anything on the news, but I think they would have.
I don't know. I mean, that's just if RCMP would tell the news, but you would think if they would tell the news, they would tell really anybody,
Yeah.
right? It's apparently shame. Sonny was on.
I think it's just all fishy to me.
Oh, I agree. I'm looking here to see if there's a brand new article out here, and there's a lot of new things in the last few hours. So let's see if anything's came out in the last. So the last article came out 4 hours ago. All right, 28th. Okay, cool. All right, so we got some new video here as well. We'll look at this.
Okay, well, let's get off so someone else can call in.
All right, baby.
I'm gonna watch it on my
Thank you
TV.
so much for calling. Appreciate you.
You're
All right, bye-bye.
welcome. Bye.
All right, here we go.
Said no abduction. That's a big statement to make at this early in the game.
Oh, we
It's
watched
been
this one, I
24
think.
days since Lilly and Jack Sullivan were reported missing from their home in Lansdowne Station. Family members have speculated the
Okay,
children were
probably
taken, but police have remained adamant they do not believe the siblings were abducted. According to Nova Scotia's recently updated policing standards, abduction is defined as when a person under 18 years of age or a vulnerable person is taken without the permission of their legal guardian. Jim Hoskins is a retired HRP officer and former major crimes staff sergeant. Despite not working the Sullivan case himself or being privy to any information regarding RCMP's ongoing investigation, he can see only two remaining possibilities.
What I see from the outside, there's only two options here. Criminal involvement. Lost, they'll find them, maybe. If not, let's see how far it goes. And I says, if
Okay,
it goes
I think
beyond
this
2
is
or
the
3
same thing we
days,
saw yesterday.
oh, that was my reaction.
I just wanted to see if they clipped anything.
Runaways or they involve teens. And actually about 90% of
90% are solved in a week. Yeah, that's true. I was just trying to see if Daniel was saying anything here.
it's really important to remember that of those, for example, 30,000 cases, about 0.1% were cases of like a stranger or parental abduction.
Despite rumors online of criminal motives and cover-ups, Lilly and Jack's stepfather, Daniel Martel, has refuted all claims of his involvement, offering to take a polygraph test.
Well, Mel O's said there was no polygraph done, just rumors. Mel, you might have missed it. That Daniel did say he took a polygraph just a minute ago. If you want to rewind it, there's a new interview of Daniel. I'll play it again here in just a little bit, but there's a new interview of Daniel. He said he took the polygraph. He said he can't give the results, but he said it also went in his favor. I also want to, I'm trying to, get rid of as much misinformation as possible. Christy says, how does anyone know if the kids were sick, maybe already missing? Well, Mom says that the kids were sick, but we also know now that the kids were seen in public with family members on May 1st. The kids went missing on May 2nd. So, sick or not, they were seen in public May 1st, the day before they went missing, right? So, there's that. Now, okay, I'll take this call and then we're going to get on to something. Hello, Minnie. Good to see you, honey. How you doing? Good.
I got a couple quick questions.
Sure.
How long ago was it that the brother moved down to the property?
The brother moved down to the property? Yes, Thursday then, Patty. Yes. They did just say that the brother recently moved there. They don't say when, but he just allegedly moved in with his mom there in the RV.
Okay, do we know if the brother is married and has children?
Have no idea.
Okay, this is kind of crazy, far-fetched sounding. But this has kind of been
Your opinion.
trying to wander into my head. It is definitely my opinion.
Okay.
My dad was from a family of 13 kids, and we lived in a very remote area. And there wasn't a lot of available single people.
Yes, brother has a wife and baby, allegedly.
Okay. But there was a couple occasions that I have seen personally where a woman has gone between brothers.
There was a war between brothers?
I wonder. No, a woman has gone from one brother to the other.
Oh, gotcha.
So, since I've seen this actually play out in real life, I wonder if there was something going on between the brother and Malaya.
Uh-huh.
And maybe like a little love triangle might have been happening, allegedly, just in my opinion. This is not fact. And maybe there was some upset feelings and the children were used as pawns.
It's what was the last thing you said? Reused as what?
Maybe the children were used as pawns in a love triangle situation.
Uh-huh.
You know, it just makes me kind of wonder.
I mean, things can happen.
And I'm not saying it's fact. I'm just saying, since he moved onto the property fairly recently, and then this happens, it makes me kind of wonder.
Sure. I mean,
and the way she hauled away from Daniel, that might have been her way to break away from him.
She certainly broke away quick, for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I just wanted to throw it out there that maybe that needs to be looked into a little deeper between those two.
Maybe.
Anyway, that's just a thought, an opinion. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Okay.
Alrighty, thanks.
Thank you, my dear. Love you, darling. All right, bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. So you never know. You never know what's going on with families like this. All right. So I have a caller, or I have someone in chat. He's a statement analysis. He can't call in. He's from the UK, but he just wrote me, and I'm going to read this as what he says. He's a behavioral statement analyst in the UK. I have seen some footage of the parents of Jack and Lilly Sullivan and their behavior. Linguistics concern me a great deal. Here's why. Malaya Brooks Murray, 5 seconds in, and it has my attention. She starts narrative building right out of the gate. Quote, what happened was ... This is the build up to the narrative. The money shot is coming. She has a need to convince us that she's a good mother. Yes, I said that. That indicates quite the opposite in most cases, explaining that they always watch them is, quote, qualifying language, end quote. It's unnecessary information that was not asked. And that is true. People who are generally lying give you filler words, much unneeded information. Exactly right. Why are you giving us this needless information? Your kids are missing. Tell us, just get to the point, right? So that is absolutely true. The rule of statement analysis alone teach us to take notice. I see no glabella, otherwise known as the grief muscle. It's a horseshoe-shaped muscle that is in the center of the forehead, shown that the subject is going through or knows immense grief. I don't see that. I see no chin boss. This happens naturally when we feel grief. It cannot be faked. Neither can the glabella in the chin. You see it when people are really upset. I see no tears. I see no grief. The upwards inflection indicates a lack of commitment to what she is saying. Yes, she does a lot of inflection in the way she enunciates her words. She doesn't mention the kids' names. That is true. She does not. She mentions Daniel's name, which is interesting, but she does not mention the kids' names. She doesn't say Jack or Lilly. This is psychological emotional distancing. She is distancing herself psychologically from the children. Her behavior, according to the rule of both statement analysis and body language, Malaya Brooks Murray shows signs of having guilty knowledge. She's lying. Why? Question mark. Her kids are missing, and she's lying to the police. Why? I believe those kids were missing before Friday, and both Malaya Brooks Murray and Daniel Martell know exactly what happened. Daniel is showing lots of indications of deception. He scripts a narrative and delivers it with absolutely no emotion. He tries to fake grief, but everything is missing. The same with Malaya. No glabella, no chin boss, no tears, no grief. He pretends, but emotions do not work that quickly on the body. It takes time for the brain to produce the neurotransmitters, to then produce the hormones of adrenaline, oxytocin, and then take effect on our body via it takes hold on, I lost my spot. It takes time. Daniel knows what happened. He keeps reinforcing loud noises, water, and mud. I believe the kids will probably be found near a muddy waterfall or a storm drain that gets noisy. I believe the boot print are fake. I would concentrate my search in the opposite direction, in my humble opinion, starting at the house. This is the best I have for now. I will keep on this, but I suggest you get behavior linguistics people on the parents. So he says, I'm only a amateur behavioral analyst. I think you did a really great job. I'm a student doing a degree in forensic psychology. Please hold. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Any statement analysis in the world will be telling you the same. This has guilty knowledge. I hope this helps. More will follow with a deeper analysis. So thank you so much, Uber, for speaking about that. I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Okay, now this is a new article. The Rcmp in northeastern Nova Scotia confirmed that the two children who disappeared almost 4 weeks ago were last seen in public with family members on May 1st, which is the day before they were reported missing. So now we have really, so we go May 1st at noon, which would be Thursday, we'll say at noon, until Friday, 8 a.m. That's our timeline. Now, that is our timeline. Anytime after Thursday, we'll say noon, because we don't know exactly. It just says afternoon. Thursday at noon until Friday, 8 a.m. Something had to have happened. We have a much smaller time frame now than we originally thought, which is very good to know. Broke, thank you so much, my friend, for your support. Really do appreciate the terrible sign saying they put may be autistic and quote, there's no diagnosis, odds that 3 siblings are both mildly autistic, trying to mimic similar cases. I agree. Generally, whenever you have parents that have autistic children, there's usually certain verbiage that they use, right? They'll use, the spectrum, how far or not on the spectrum they are. Of course, Huber, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your analysis. But we don't see that in this case. So a lot of parents try to say their kids are autistic in the lack of parenting skills. Well, she says that, she compares them with the other kids, right? She's like, they're behind from the other kids at school. Well, what other kids? Just a few of the other kids or all of the other kids at school? And to me, I wonder, were they actually being worked with? Or, were these kids being worked with at home? Or were they just, not? Justin, the RCMP did not say where they were seen with family members. That is true. That is true. Very good point, Mohawk. Didn't say where they were seen, but it says they were seen out in public. Right? So not at home, but somewhere in public. And that's a very important part of this, right? Others seen them. There is 100% confidence, evidence that they were seen in public the day before they went missing during the afternoon. You can't be behind in school in Canada. You can fail school. Sounds more like they could have had ADHD. Well, I think Jack, from what I understand, he allegedly had a hard time expressing himself. And that's why he would throw like the boot at the bus driver if he felt like he wasn't getting the attention. I agree, Carol. I agree. I remember when kids were just disrespectful and bad. Right. I gotcha. Okay, here we go. That the confirmation of their whereabouts on the day is important because police had previously told 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan, 4-year-old Jack Sullivan were at school on April 29th. And it's interesting. You don't repeat grades in Canada. You don't hear in America anymore either. But they're wanting from the 27th. Still, they're wanting from the 27th, not the 29th, the 27th. I don't understand why the 27th, but they're still wanting it from then. So that's interesting. And were kept home in rural Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, until they went missing on May 2nd. Quote, based upon details we've gathered so far, we've confirmed that Lilly and Jack were observed in public with family members on the afternoon of May 1st. Nova Scotia RCMP Major Crimes Unit, Sandy said in the statement Tuesday, which is, i.e., yesterday. Police said in a statement that they are asking the public for more video footage in the area to help with the investigation. In particular, investigators are asking for dash cam footage and any other video from Gerlach Road. They're looking for something, y'all. Where the family's home is located, recorded between noon. Okay, sorry, they're the 28th now. The 28th, they're asking. April 28th and noon of May 2nd, which is 2 hours after they were called. They called at about 9:50 in the morning. The parents did. So about 2 hours after the RCMP was notified even. Quote, RCMP officers and various teams are fully engaged in finding out what happened to Lilly and Jack, and we're using all tools and resources to determine the circumstances of their disappearance, end quote. Quote, we understand people's desire for answers and updates. However, as this is an active investigation, we're unable to discuss details of our ongoing work. Disappearance of two children has rocked rural Nova Scotia community. RCMP said investigators have already collected hours of video footage from local residents, some whom have confirmed turning over recordings from motion-activated trail cams. They have also received more than 355 tips and say that they have followed up on. Police have formally interviewed over more than 50 people and have more planned in the coming days. In the days that have after the young children were reported, an extensive ground air search covered the 5 square kilometers of the hilly, densely wooded area, the home, which is 140 kilometers northeast of Halifax. The search involved helicopter crews, track dogs, aerial drones equipped with heat-seeking technology, as many as 160 volunteers, ground search teams. Police have repeatedly said there is no evidence to suggest that the children were abducted, and they still stick on this. They weren't abducted, right? On May 7th, the search scaled back with the RCMP announced that there was little chance that the siblings had survived in the woods for that long. The Mounties said that the search pond and streams around Lansdowne Station on May 8th and 9th searched the ponds and the streams. Then on May 17th and 18th, about 100 ground search and rescues volunteers returned to the woods to take a closer look where the family's home was located. All right, so that's pretty much it on that one. Now there is some more, which might be the same thing. Let me get back to chat here and see what's going on. Okay, answered that. Thank you, Broke. Where did you hear that they ruled out stepdad? Who said that? Who said that? They have not ruled out anybody or nothing. In fact, I have this interview. I just I don't something's wrong here, guys. If you can't tell us, then why did you say something? You wanted us to know something, right? Daniel said he couldn't say, but he also wanted us to know that it went in his favor. I don't believe that. If stepdad indeed passed, they'll look in other directions. It's a tool, but you know, they can't base it all on a lie detector test. Justin Maurice had a question. How do you confirm but not say by whom? I don't understand what you mean. I have a theory that goes against the current one of most of the speculation. We're here. Oh, thank you, Uber. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Over a week ago, the road behind me was still swarming with search and rescue personnel as RCMP resumed their ground search for 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, who first went missing 3 weeks ago in Lansdowne Station. Now, this has been a story that has dominated headlines across the country and beyond as people speculate and wonder about what could have happened to these 2 missing children.
We love our Canadians.
Now, just because the road is deserted doesn't mean RCMP are finished with their investigation. In fact, they just put out a statement Wednesday calling on.
So they're going to. All right, give it to me. If Daniel passed, give it to me. I've been busy with. Oh, you're welcome, Trishy. Thank you for being here, guys. Please hit that thumbs up button. If we get to 1,000 thumbs up, we have a chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party. Please consider becoming a member of the Pearl family. We'd love to have you. The mother said she couldn't handle another night without the kids. Where did she say this? Oh, in their first and only interview? Yes.
On the public for more footage.
Investigators are now asking anyone who has has dash cam footage or video along Garlic Road between noon on April 20th
We have no idea who the family members was with. It doesn't say. We have no idea. We have absolutely no clue.
and noon on May 2nd to contact Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crime Unit.
They add RCMP are committed to exploring all possibilities in the case and have formally interviewed more than 50 people, with more interviews planned in the coming days. The children's stepfather, Daniel Martel, says he has been interviewed extensively since Lilly and Jack were first reported missing. You mentioned last time we chatted that you'd offered to do a polygraph test.
That is correct.
Has that already happened?
That has happened.
Right. And did you get results from that yet?
I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor. We'll say that.
Martel said
they were good in my favor. I'll say that. I can't share those results, but they were good in my favor. He says, I think that he felt pressure there after that question was asked, and that he did take it. And then I think he had to add to that because he was uncomfortable. When people are uncomfortable, they lie. When they're being pressed into something, they say it. They'll say another lie. So I don't know. I don't know. I still think Daniel is Jack's bio. Oh, my point was a non-parent seems to be the go for the info, but not the mom. Why is she letting him do this? Well, clearly she's uncomfortable. She's uncomfortable, right? People do two things, two behaviors whenever, you know, they could be lying. They will try to make you believe them and say things and will be out there to make you believe them, or they won't say anything at all. And really, the smart ones don't say anything at all. But with that comes a, why the hell are you not talking about your kid? This is what parents do. So there's no really win in this. If something, you know, if they are being deceptive. Why are you sticking up for the mom? I'm sticking up for the mom? I didn't know that. I just try to be as factual as possible. I've spoken to investigators from Rcmp. I had a 40-minute conversation with him. I am what did they say? I am suspecting that grandma and the brother, I don't know why. A lot of people are very kind of sideways with the brother. You know what I mean? I try to be fair to everybody, you know. Justin, why are you sticking up for people? I try to understand both sides and give you both sides of the perspective. That's just me, but I mean, Justin, do you know if the mom lawyered up for sure? Have no idea. No idea. That's allegedly just a rumor from let me check here 1 second. Sullivan. Lawyer. I don't think so at all, in my opinion. Parents can also usually understand what your children are saying when there is someone who is not around the children. A lot cannot understand what they are saying. Keep that in mind. You mean like they can understand their verbiage? Is that what you mean? You do you, boo. That's why we watch you. Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate you. Justin tagged you in an article where it says the stepdad has no involvement in the missing. JD, can you text that or email that to me, please? I don't know how to even check my tags, to be honest with you. If people who tag me and stuff, you're pretty much wasting your time, because I want to see if that is an AI generated or if it's like a legit thing. Because listen, if that's what it is, then we'll definitely put it out there. I think that they talk a lot, but not too clearly. And to be fair, you know, Daniel could be out there speaking because he's the only innocent one. We don't know. We don't know. I think something stinks in Denmark, in my opinion, but that's just me. So I if someone's got that article, that would be great. What is this? Someone just sent me. All right, I can look at this. So there is no public information that Malaya, the mother of missing Lilly and Jack Sullivan, has retained legal counsel. There's no statements or records or anything that she has that has been confirmed that she has done any sort of legal counsel whatsoever. One second here. I'm trying to find that about the polygraph real quick. Martell. Pass a polygraph. Let's look. I'll let you know in just a second. Lawyer was for family court custody issues with Meadow. There we go. There we go. So yeah, there's nothing out there that she lawyered up for this at all. So that's, but now we're looking for, someone said that if someone has that article, they can text it to me, they can email it to me. But I'm looking in the meantime just to see if my damn computer would work. There's too many rumors happening. It's insane in this case, Jen. And that's why we're trying to knock them out one by one. Just like that damn party, because someone comes on Facebook and says they're anonymous, that there's this random party going on. Well, May 1st, Lilly and Jack were fine. And that's the thing. There's a lot of, irresponsible people that just say things, especially creators. They just say things and they don't use "in my opinion" or "allegedly" or say, "Guys, this is not a fact, but this is my opinion," and then they go run with it. People go run with it because it's, the creator needs to make sure that people understand. Yes, Daniel, the stepfather of missing Lilly and Jack Sullivan, has stated that he underwent a polygraph test. In a recent interview, Martell mentioned that he offered to take the test and that it was since been administered. He indicated that the results were favorable for him. Quote, I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those, but they were good in my favor. I'll say that. While Martell has shared his information publicly, the Royal Canadian Police have not confirmed any comment on the administration or results of any public or any polygraph tests related to the case. It's important to note that polygraphs are not always admissible in court and are often used as investigative tools rather than definitive evidence. Okay, there's a link right here. Okay, and that's the same link right there. Let me see if I can find that. Damn. Okay. And it takes me to this link right here. Guys, if anyone wants to call in, you're welcome to call in now. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to pause 1 second. All right, guys, sorry about that. Whew, I'm sweating. I'm working my tail off here. Janine, thank you so very much. Really do appreciate you, my dear. 9 months. Really do appreciate your continued support. Wonder if it's true the mom lawyered up. If so, why? So as of now, nothing confirmed. That's what this article is about right here. I'm trying to go through it. Really do appreciate your support, Janine. Can't do it without you, my friend. And Lisa, thank you so much for 3 months. Canada is very behind because of cough talk. Yes. Yes. And I've even heard, like, you know, especially Nova Scotia and stuff, there is a lot of people that, like doctors and stuff, you know, the health system is still behind and all that. So thank you so much for your continued support. Really do appreciate you. Enoch, hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for your support, my friend. Really do appreciate that. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. Really, really do appreciate you. All right. In Wednesday observed in public. Let's go to the polygraph part. The disappearance has sparked rampant speculation on social media. Much of it is targeting the children's mother and stepfather. Daniel Martel, in an interview Wednesday, i.e. today, Martel reiterated he offered to take the polygraph test, which he did, and has now taken place. Quote, I do have the results. I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor. I'll say that, end quote, he said. Despite not having contact with the children's mother, Malia Brooks Murray, since May 3rd, when she left the search area, Martel said that the RCMP liaison has been assigned to keep both informed as the investigation progresses. Quote, trust the RCMP word. And I mean, you don't have to trust my word, but I'm the only one doing media for Jack and Lilly, trying to keep the story alive and get them found, end quote, he said. We understand people's desire for answers. We know all of that stuff. And they did say that they don't have any searches planned. We know that. The searches are planned. Nothing at this point. They gave a clue. Quote, they gave a clue to no abduction. That is Jim Hoxton from the Global News. That's a big statement to, sorry, Ella McDonald said that. I apologize. They gave a big clue that when they said no abduction, that's a big statement to make early on in the game. It certainly is. So I think they had to know more almost from the beginning. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Angel. Really do appreciate you, darling. Thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Very, very awesome of you. Thank you so much, Angel. Very good to me. And hey, Jude, thank you, darling. Thank you for gifting the pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you, my friend. If you receive that pearl necklace, make sure you thank Hey Jude. Very, very kind of you. I've heard the cases, the RCMP really messed up, so I wouldn't call any of them perfect. I don't think anybody's perfect, and I don't think there's any agency that's perfect. They're human. They all make mistakes, but I think they're doing as much as they can here, and I think they've done actually a really good job, in my opinion, at least. I know other people differ from that, but it is what it is. We all have our own opinions on this. So, but what I do find interesting is if Daniel is telling the truth about taking the lie detector test and passing it. 1 second, caller. 1 second, please. If Daniel is telling the truth and really passed the polygraph test, then that means that's a good thing, right? But if he is lying about passing the polygraph and the RCMP is watching, that's not going to go good for him. That's not going to go good for him at all, Pamela, thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate your love. Good to see you. Hey, caller. I need you to turn off the background, please. Okay, turn off the background so you just talk to us through the phone. Caller, hello, hello. Okay. All right. You can call back. She was coughing. Yes, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Really do appreciate you, Miss Pamela. Thank you so very much. Very kind of you, my dear. And Peggy, wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Peggy, as well. Welcome to the Pearl family. The pearls look amazing on you. Well, welcome, Peggy, to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you, Miss Peggy. In my opinion, I think something happening and mom and stepdad had help with his mother and brother. I think that's a very good possibility. I did kind of speak on that the other day. I would think it would be very improbable for, let's say, if there is an accident that happened, you know, God forbid, they woke up, there was an accident of something, and they not freak out and call the people on their property, right? Like calling your mom, calling your brother, anybody on the property, you're going to call and you're going to freak out. You just renewed. Well, thank you so much, Peggy. I do appreciate you very much. I'm late and haven't been in chat for a while. Oh my God, you're late. Dirty Diana, to the office, please. You're being paged. Dirty Diana, to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for Dirty Diana. Dirty Diana just is late. We give late slips here if you tell us you're late. I don't know why the children were missing. The first thing you would think of is that they're not in their beds. That's a weird statement for me. What's weird for me is that mom or dad didn't get up before 8 o'clock with a sick kid and 3 kids under 6 years old, 6 and under. That's what's very late for me. You know what I mean? Like, how do you do that? The fact that she was told no to talk to the press could mean that the mother knows but is not involved and is protecting the children while they investigate the network. I mean, I don't know if Holly's still in here. I know her husband worked for the Rcmp for decades. Would the Rcmp, in your opinion, Holly, tell someone not to speak to the public, like forbid them to speak with the public if she's in here? Ken says, Justin, they knew that they didn't have to get up. Whatever happened, happened. Thursday night, doesn't sleep until 10. Friday morning was part of the story. Perhaps we just really don't know. And that's the thing about it all. You know what I mean? Like, there is just so much that it's just insanity at this point. I'm just trying to see. Okay, so let me show you where this is coming from. Let me show you guys about the purportedly or reportedly. Let me just tell you something in the news lingo. When we say purportedly or reportedly or allegedly or in my opinion, all of those things, news lingo means it's not a fact. It would depend on the case that they're working on. Thank you, Miss Holly. Love you to pieces. Really do appreciate you. All right, so this is where it's coming from, guys. This is where it's coming from about Daniel passing the polygraph. Here we go. The stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children, Lilly and Jack Sullivan, reportedly passed a lie detector test, according to the reports from the CBC and National Post. He voluntarily took the test in the attempt to clear up speculation surrounding the children's disappearance. The RCMP has confirmed that the polygraph test was administered and that the results came in indicated no involvement from the stepfather of the children's disappearance. Okay, we're going to look. We just looked at the CBC and they did not say that. But let's look at the National Post, okay? 1 second, caller. Just bear with me, please. That's AI talking on that. So this is the National Post. And just 1 second, caller. Please hold. Okay, it says, I'm going to show it to you. If they said that this was 8 hours ago, this is their most recent one. Pretty sure this is the most recent one. Last updated 7 hours ago, published the 28th. Yes. Okay, Art Taylor. Thank you so much. Okay. Here we go. Here's a video. We got a new video. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Awesome. Thank you so much for holding. What's up?
I think the mother knows she's mom. Crying hysterically in front of the cameras, asking for help.
Yes.
Where did she cry at all?
Yeah, she's not showing that much emotion. That is for sure.
Yeah, I think she knows more than people do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thank you for your piano.
Oh, well,
It's wonderful.
thank you so much for finding us and joining. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, and have a good evening.
All right, you too, babe. Bye-bye. All right, great caller. Thank you so much. All right, guys, this is a brand new video, just came out within the last hour. Here we go. Hit that thumbs up.
Welcome back. We want good of you to join us. We won't talk specifically about the case because I know that you're not privy to information on this, but what do you think the sense will be in your community tonight when people hear even the slightest bit of new information from the RCMP? How is it received?
I think any bit of new information is wanted and needed. One thing that's short in this sad affair is good information. And when good information isn't available, then false information or whatever people decide on their own, that gets spread around. So any bit of information is good, but it doesn't tell us a lot. It tells us that little Lilly and Jack were there the day before they disappeared, which is what was assumed all along and what was told by the parents, that they disappeared that morning. So it sort of lends some credence to that, I guess, and takes away some of the stories of, well, they hadn't been around for a week and things like that. But it's, there's still a long ways to go. And I think the RCMP are struggling, to find any little bit of lead they can. And so they know the public is hungry for answers. So they're letting out whatever they can. So I don't know if this information was available before and they just hadn't let it out, or if it wasn't available and whatever made it available now. I'm not sure of the facts on that.
Yeah, and something in that release today, police are asking for video for a very specific time from noon, April the 28th to noon on May 2nd. How many people would have, say, surveillance on their properties or on their vehicles in that rural area that you might be aware of?
I was up to that site today for another reason, but there's a very sparse population there. Like there's some homes along the road. So there may be a chance that people do try to protect their properties now with cameras. So there may be a chance that there would be something, but they are going back then, according to that, about 5 days before the children went missing. So, they're looking for anything, I think, right now that would give them some idea. I think they've searched the woods so hard. They RCMP seemed firmly convinced that they weren't abducted. So that doesn't leave a whole lot of options here. And so, like I say, people are coming up with their own options. So I'd like there to be more information released, but perhaps the RCMP can't do that for their search reasons.
What? Yeah. So you would like concrete information, because I imagine there's a whole misinformation that's swirling around and people filling that void with what they think might have happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on, and it's not healthy, because some people are being accused, I guess is probably too strong a word, but of being implicated that may not have any guilt at all of anything. But people are, like I say, searching for answers, and I think they're becoming frustrated at this point is the best way to put it. It's not to the point of anger at the RCMP or at anybody else, but they're frustrated. They know people have tried very hard to find the little ones, but you know, they're hoping against hope that this just doesn't become one of those cold cases that kind of goes away. So they want to keep attention on this issue, I think.
Well, it's been nearly, a month now since Lilly and Jack Sullivan have been missing.
Coming up on a month.
Yeah. How are the emotions?
Well, like you say, frustration I find now, the sadness when they weren't found by the searchers. I think everybody was hopeful they were going to find them alive to start with, and then at least to, if not alive, then at least have closure for the families. But, you know, absolutely nothing I've heard has been found, and to have that many searchers covering that area for that long and to find absolutely nothing. I was even told, I don't know the facts of it, but that the dogs didn't really find any trail to follow. So that leaves you wondering then what did happen, and we really need the people of the county and beyond in the province and the country need to know. One thing I've said many times before is that these little children they belong to a family, but they also belong to all of us. I think we all have a need and a want to protect our children, whether they're our children in the community, in the school, wherever they are. People here in Pictou County especially see those as our children, and they very much want to know what happened to them.
We've heard about the challenge of the environment and what that poses. We've seen pictures of it, but
I just don't see a 4-year-old getting very far in that forest, especially with the hurricane that happened a few years ago. Adrian, you're probably not calling the wrong number. The phone lines are off for the next 10 minutes, then we'll take calls again. So just 1 second, honey. You can call in just 1 second in a few minutes here. But I just don't see them. Even the searchers said they had a very, very hard time in finding where, how to get through it. They said they had to climb over trees, under trees, all of that. Yeah. And they're probably going to get separated as well.
For viewers who may not be familiar with the area,
I don't see it.
Can you describe just how much of a challenge that is for searchers as they go out?
Well, our woods here in Pictou County are a real mess after Fiona. There's just, trees crisscrossed everywhere. A piece of woods that you could walk through from one end to the other in 10 minutes now takes you over an hour. And any woods that hasn't been harvested is in a real mess.
That's all, Miss Gordon.
And so it's tough going for the searchers. And that's why some people are still saying maybe they are in there. Maybe they, a lot of the trees are uprooted. Maybe they crawled in under one of those big roots up in the air and are hidden in somewhere where searchers perhaps, covered it several times but didn't see them. So that's a possibility. But the other thing about the forest up in that area, it's large. Like you go a long distance without having to hit a road or hit anything. And it's a real heavily wooded area. And I was out mowing my lawn this morning. There were black flies everywhere. So you can just imagine if you were in the woods searching and swinging at black flies and crawling over branches and down trees. And they said there's ticks up there. It's a rough country to be searching in.
Warden, it's a difficult time, I realize. We thank you for coming on here and sharing sharing all that with us tonight, and no doubt we'll be speaking with you again.
I'll just say to everybody, keep your prayers there for the little ones. We need to know the answers at least, and the prayers are for everybody really, because those there's nothing worse than not knowing what happened to our little ones.
Well said. Robert Parker is the warden of the municipality of Pictou County. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more of your program after this.
Okay, that's it for that. Okay, very good information. All right, phone lines are open now. If anybody wants to call, you can call in. I'm still looking for where it says that a lot of people are getting the Google AI saying that he reportedly passed a polygraph, but reportedly that is Daniel saying that he passed a polygraph. I don't see anything that says where the RCMP said that he passed. Again, if you have it, send it to me. An article of any sort where it says Daniel, the RC, says that he passed a polygraph. Caller, thank you so much for calling. What's your name and where are you calling from? Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much for calling.
First of all, Justin, I want to say thank you for all you do. You're putting the word out there to help these kids when they don't have a voice.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. What's up?
I just wanted to make a comment on the interview with Malaya and Daniel.
Uh-huh.
Was this interview done the Friday that the kids turned missing, or the Saturday?
The interview, like the first interview, when was it done?
Yes.
I think it was done Saturday. I believe it was done Saturday, the day after that they went missing.
Okay. I was a little bit confused because she said that she didn't want to go another night with them. So I thought the interview was done on Friday morning, which I had the idea that possibly it was Thursday night that they went missing.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been watching the program or not, how long you've been watching this program today, but they did say that the kids were seen in public Thursday with family, right? And so the kids were seen in public with family Thursday afternoon. So now our timeline is when something could have happened to them is anywhere from Thursday afternoon to Friday 8 a.m.
Morning.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's a lot smaller timeline.
They find them.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller timeline now. Now we was thinking anything could have happened after Tuesday, but now we know Tuesday evening they were fine. Wednesday they were fine. Thursday up until the afternoon, at least, they were fine. So
well, let's hope that they do find them and they find them safe.
Absolutely. I pray. I really do.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin.
Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you calling.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Lydia. Calling in. And that's true. We have no idea that they use rugs or not. We have no idea. That's absolutely true. And we have a special person. Please hold, caller. Just 1 second, please. We have a special person that we have a birthday for, one of our members, Mally Cat. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Mally Cat. I'll be doing another live tonight. We'll sing to you if you would like. Caller, can you please turn off the background? We'll make sure that they turn off. Guys, when you call in, make sure you don't hear me on the screen. Don't watch me on the screen. Only talk to me through the phone. Pause it or whatever, and that way you can talk to me that way. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Wendy. I'm from Scotia, Iowa.
All right. Hey, Wendy. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
calling.
I just Googled it.
Yep.
And it says it's impossible to definitely say whether Daniel passed the polygraph test in the specific case of Lilly and Jack. The context of this question is not clear, and the search results provided do not mention a case involving someone named Daniel or named people named Lilly and Jack in the polygraph context. However, a polygraph test, also known as a lie detector test, measures psychologically responses like a heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration to determine if someone is lying.
Yep.
According to the science direct, the results are then interrupted by a trained examiner to access the suspect's credibility.
Right. Right. Yeah, we have no idea. I have not seen any specific information that the RCMP has put out that Daniel has passed the polygraph. They've not even stated that they was going to give him a polygraph. Daniel is the one that has stated that he wanted them to give them a polygraph, and he's the only one that has even spoken about a polygraph. The RCMP never said they were going to give him one, that they were going to offer him one, or anything. So I would be very, very hesitant for them to say that, oh yeah, come out and say, yeah, he passed the polygraph. Yeah, so I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what AI and Google just said.
Yeah.
They have no.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Daphne says the news station mentioned he took one and passed per Canadian news. Now, it says reportedly passed. Reportedly means Daniel allegedly passed. Reportedly, allegedly, purportedly, in my opinion, is all based on what Daniel is saying. That's what it means. He passed it based upon what Daniel is saying.
Yeah. However, there's no information available to confirm whether this polygraph test was actually took place, or
Yes.
if so, what the results were.
Yeah.
The conclusion: the individual who offered to take a polygraph was Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mention of a Daniel taking a polygraph test in provided context about the case.
Yeah. 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 When the news says reportedly, purportedly, allegedly, in their opinion, stuff like that, it means they are taking their word as it's, Daniel reportedly passed a polygraph test. Doesn't mean Daniel 100% passed the polygraph. RCMP makes a statement.
Right. Well, there's no information available to confirm that.
Hearsay. Yeah.
Yep. It says right here. So.
And Elizabeth says, I think he passed. He certainly may have. He may be telling 100% the truth, but I'm not going to believe anything until RCMP comes out and says it, which I don't think they're going to say it because they never mentioned him about taking a polygraph. Daniel is the one who said he asked them to take a polygraph. Can a polygraph be used as evidence? Not in Canadian, not in the United States. It cannot be taken as fact because they are pieces of machinery, and there are ways to absolutely beat a polygraph. It can be noted in the court in some states in the United States. It can be noted, but it can't be weighed as to why you're innocent or guilty. Some states in the United States will allow them in the case, but the jury or the judge can't give that any weight or merit for them to decide whether you are innocent or guilty. So.
Yeah, it says Daniel says he was requested.
And Jerry just says it. They're not going to tell the results on something that isn't even admissible in court. Bingo. That's why I don't think, I think it's 100% Daniel's word, and that's it. So.
We'll find out when we find out.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Bye-bye. Another channel is saying that the polygraph is a bluff. Well, I mean, you got to understand, there's a lot of guilty people out there that says, give me a polygraph for a lot of reasons. They'll say that to the public, but they'll deny it in private, to the police who's trying to give them the polygraph, because the police can't say nothing. Police can't go out and say, oh, well, Daniel said in public he wanted a polygraph, and we ask him here and he says he won't take it. They're not going to do that. Right? And you're right, Anna Elizabeth. That's definitely a clickbait channel. You are so right. So annoying. These people just want to get you to click on their video and give you a bullshit headline that's not actually factual whatsoever. Have breaking news on every single thing, that kind of thing. Will they tell Nancy Grace? Or they will tell Nancy Grace, yet then they dodge it. Exactly. Yeah. Very good point. Very good point, Lori. In Sebastian Rogers' case, Nancy Grace asked Sebastian Rogers' stepfather, have you taken a polygraph? The stepdad says, well, the TBI, which is who was doing the investigation for Sebastian Rogers, says, he says, well, TBI said I don't need to take one. And she's like, okay, but would you be willing? And he says, yeah. And she says, okay, and he says, name the time and place. And Nancy Grace names the time and place, and he backs out. See, police are not going to tell anything about what's happening in the investigation, whether they take a polygraph, whether they back out of it, or whatever. And that's why a lot of times, like I said, I'm not saying this is happening, but I'm just saying it can happen. Daniel could be lying that he actually passed the polygraph because he knows the police is not going to say anything. Right? But if he is lying that he passed the polygraph when he indeed failed, it's just going to make the RCMP look at him that much closer. So there's that. Do you folks like Dr. Phil? I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. Hey, Ginger, had my first training with me. Oh, good, Sheila. I hope it went well for you, darling. I really do. I really hope it went well. Miss Gloria was late for chat, by the way. I need to. Yep. Miss Gloria to the office, please. You're being paged. Miss Gloria to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a clip for Miss Gloria. Yes, I think we're about 100 away from a chicken party. So yeah, let's see if there's anything else going on here in the case. I know a lot of people. Oh, let me show you this. I wanted to show you this. I want to show you what a real mom and dad do. Let me show you what a real mom and dad does. Ken McDonald says human remains found on Morley Road earlier this week of his son, Justin. This is what a father and a mother does. This is what a father and mother does right here. Tell him, Ashley. This is what they do whenever they're missing. This man searched over 300 and some days for his son every single day. It's warmer in Canada than it is the United States here. Damn. Nearly a year. Well, Slammer Brandon, I can't always look at the camera. I do the best I can, my dear. I got to look down at my laptop to make sure I'm a one-man band. But text me. I'll give you some eye contact later, okay, honey? If it works out between us, that is. Yeah, it does. He does, and it does. It really does. This is what they do, and this is, let me show you his son, Justin. He really is neuro. He really is. There he is. Found by his father. Searching on Morley Road. Ken McDonald has been searching for his son for over 300 days. Today, he announced on social media that he found his son while searching with another person on Monday. McDonald says that the items and clothing found off Morley Road near Sydney matched his son's RCMP, and the medical examiner have yet to confirm the identity. 3 men face charges in relation to the case. Aaron Curtis Mickey is charged with second-degree unaliving, robbery, and pew-pews offenses. Ryan Joseph Pike is charged with second-degree unaliving and robbery. Mitchell George McP is charged with manslaughter and robbery. I never knew anything about that case. Never knew anything about it. Sorry. Yeah, he was our Taylor, but it just really sad. Really sad. 60 more for a chicken party. Come on, y'all. Let's do it. 355 tips, 50 people, and have more to go. Let's see. I'm just trying to find if there's anything else, guys. Oh, this is Crime Stoppers. I just want to show you guys this. If you ever have something that you, oh, damn, wrong one. If you want to report and you don't want to be involved in any way, shape, or form, you can still report it. It's everywhere within the North America. I know that at least. And it's called Crime Stoppers, Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers. You can call in a tip. You can submit a secure tip. They don't track you in any way, shape, or form. Okay? Any way, shape, or form. They don't track you. So you can call it in. Okay? Thank you. Yeah, but let's see here. Almost spit my coffee out. Okay. Nova Scotia children were seen in public a day before. Let me see if there's any other thing about any new things. Any new things. CTV, all of that. Oh. Hold on. Here we go. Maybe. Let's see if they got it here, guys. No. Mr. Deception does not have a new video out at all. But I want to see if they got it here. News. Investigator. Okay, nope, that's not it either. 4 hours ago. That's it. That's all there is. I wonder, something would have had to have happened. Thank you, Kathleen. Something would have. Do y'all think something happened now Thursday night after they got home? Do you think that's when it happened now? Or did something actually happen Friday morning? Because it had to happen either Thursday when they got home that evening, or it had to happen Friday morning. And what concerns me about that, Justin, I was trying to find the chicken party for my daughter. Aw. For a minute, I thought you were wearing Louis Vuitton, Justin. No, honey. I'm too poor for that. I feel it had to have been hours before, Ash Maggie says. The thing that bothers me is that thing that Daniel says. I can't get it out of my head. I really can't get it out of my head, where he says, I was gone so long for the most of that day. So I'm starting to think it happened Friday after, like Thursday, technically Friday morning. Justin, it takes time to look at the camera again. Yes. It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. It looks at the camera on the screen. Sorry. See your eyes and say, how you doing? Yeah. Because Lily kept going in their door. She needed something. A hug where they were getting upset. Yeah, I mean, for her to keep going in, you would think, thank you, Sheila. This is why I love it here. We got a little twisted sense of humor sometimes. Oh my God, 21 more. Come on, mother chickens. Let's go. Andale. I got more lives to do. Let's go. Maybe in the car. Let me show you that. Let me see if I can pull it up quick. Because it bothers me. It really does bother me. It does bother me. Daniel Martell. Here we go. I want to show you this, where he says it. I think it's this one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. If not, let me take the phone number down. It's called Wicked Humor. It's a little warped sometimes. I'm not going to lie. That's okay. It is what it is. Is what it is.
I've seen a lot of comments circulating. Given spirit.
Hold on.
They've been over. Sleep is coming. I mean, they can only do so much. They're running on as much sleep as I am. They've been over so many times with helicopters, drones, dogs. I mean, they're doing everything they can, just like me and my family are doing everything we can.
Martell adds him and his family have been working closely with the RCMP to assist in their investigation outside of the search effort.
They've gone through the house. They've gone around the property with dogs. I've given them everything they wanted. I gave them my phone. I asked for polygraph exams.
RCMP says this remains a missing persons investigation, but conceded the likelihood of survival after several days exposed to the elements is slim.
Based on the experts.
It's really interesting to me that he said he and his family are doing everything they can. He didn't mention the mother. I don't know if he was trying to imply something or if he really.
Okay. Is she gonna?
That Daniel actually And then
No,
went out the sliding door and
I want the interview where he talks about where he was. I think
for Lilly,
this is it.
blue boots for Jack with dinosaurs on them. Lilly had her backpack with white, and it was white with strawberries on it. I imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up on for that long after it got soaked from the very first day. We only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
Right beside the house, probably 10 feet away from the backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing new.
Thank you, Jen.
Other than the helicopters are still in the air, and they had dogs. They took around the dogs today, and as of last night, they had 8 more drones going up with infrared. I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to. And Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But Lilly loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister.
We've heard a lot about the impact that this is having on the community at large and the family, and from the city who knows these kids. We're operating
Okay.
on a search right now. That's where the searches need to be concentrated and
I've not seen this part.
From having wandered. So that's the goal that we're all working towards here. I know that all of the information that has been collected is being looked at carefully by GSAR and by the investigators and the police on scene to ensure that our best practices are followed.
I want where he says he was.
And come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to. And Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, and not just brother and sister. Hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything. To hold hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
He says it where he was not there most of the day.
Do a polygraph test? Is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what somebody in.
Why do you think you need to do that? Do you think they don't believe you?
I think their side of the family doesn't believe me, and I just want to clear it up for.
He says it somewhere. I know he does. I know he does somewhere. Maybe it's in her videos. He wasn't home, and that's what really bothers me. That's what.
We covered everywhere possible. Even in the first day, we did. Even with me running through the woods, I was ahead of the helicopters and ahead of the drones and stuff like that. Screaming as loud as I can, just until my throat hurt. Running through water that was up to my waist. And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until a man dressed in a military outfit said I could go back into the woods.
4 days into the search for his missing stepkids, Lilly and Jack Sullivan, Daniel Martel is pleading with the public to keep their eyes peeled, but he has begun to lose hope they are anywhere in the vicinity.
They hate being wet and cold, so they immediately would have came right back into the house. The only 2 prints are right beside the house facing the road, and then that's it.
Martel wants the search to be extended to include provincial borders.
That he didn't find what? Anything in
case the children were abducted.
What do you mean?
A reality, he says, is becoming more and more likely.
Post any officers they can get at the New Brunswick border, PI border, and get them at every airport possible.
Martel confirmed that when the 2 children went missing from the home behind me, Lilly was wearing a pink shirt and pink rain boots. She was also carrying a white backpack with strawberries on it. Martel says although he didn't see Jack that morning, he is believed to be wearing a brown shirt, brown pants with a pull-up diaper on underneath, and blue rain boots with dinosaurs on them. He also refuted the claim that the 2 children are nonverbal, saying while they are on the autism spectrum, they are quite trusting and say hi to everyone. According to Martel, his side of the family are currently the only ones at ground zero after Lilly and Jack's mother left the county Saturday. But still, he remains, begging anyone with answers to come forward and bring his children home safe.
Anybody who has any information or you think you've seen something or hear something, or any messages from friends about hearing something, just contact your local police services. Anything, guys, anything.
Ella MacDonald, Global News, Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the backpack is missing.
Backyard, I
That's
get-
what he's saying. Damn. I wonder if I can find it like this. Which interview does Daniel Martell say he wasn't home most of the day? He was searching. I'm looking for that. Let me look at it this way as well. On May 2nd, yes, Daniel Martell, the stepfather of missing Lilly and Jack Sullivan, has publicly stated that he was not home most of the day on May 2nd as he was actively searching in the interviews. Martell recounts upon realizing that the children were missing. Okay, here it is. I got it. Okay, it's the full interview. This is what we needed. Here we go. I got to hear this again. This bothers me. This bothers me so much because he's setting it up.
We covered everywhere possible. Even in the first day, we did. Even with me running through the woods, I was ahead of the helicopters and ahead of the drones and stuff like that. Screaming as loud as I can.
Right, Brenda?
Just until my throat hurt. Running through water that was up to my waist. And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until a man dressed in military outfit said I could go back into the woods.
4 days into the search for his missing stepkids, Lilly and Jack Sullivan, Daniel Martell is pleading with the public to keep their eyes peeled. But he has begun to lose hope they are anywhere in the vicinity.
They were verbal.
They hate being wet and cold. So they immediately would have came right back into the house. The only two prints are right beside the house facing the road, and then that's it.
I agree, Ash.
Martell wants the search to be extended to include provincial borders in case the children were abducted, a reality he says is becoming more and more likely.
Post any officers they can get at the New Brunswick border, PI border, and get them at every airport possible.
Martell confirmed that when the two children went missing from the home behind me, Lilly was wearing a pink shirt and pink rain boots. She was also carrying...
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. It's not it. I've got it somewhere, man, but damn, I don't know where it is. I really don't know where it is. Is that it? It keeps saying it's this interview, but it's not this interview. It's not this interview at all. I don't know. I don't know. Has Nancy Grace? Nancy has been on P. Diddy the last couple weeks, actually. Did he do it or did he not? Justin, they say they was seen with family, but not which family. No, not what. We have no idea. And I was asking earlier, and again, when I say this, do not take it as a fact. What with family? Could Jack and Lilly have been with family members and something happened and nothing even happened there? Did they ever spend the night with anybody else? She interviewed the Punisher. I don't think Malaya needs to say much to the public, but she does need to be talking to the authorities. Did he do it or did he not? I don't know. This is not the interview where he says it. Which interview does he say it in? I just think he's setting it up there, and that's what bothers me. Oh, it's the one with the orange shirt? On May 4th, the interview with the Globe Mail. May 4th, the interview with the Globe. Okay. That was May 4th. Wonder if I can find it now. Okay. It was 3 weeks ago. We need the video. Nope. Helicopter still in the air. How did they know that they were backpacks when they were sleeping? Nope, nothing. I'm afraid if she starts talking. No. Does anyone remember that interview? Am I crazy? I know I'm not crazy. Yep, Ghost Box said misplaced. Misplaced. Stupid ghost boxes, man. I can't even with those people. Globe Mail is the newspaper. Well, they still do updates with it generally. Make sure I don't got anything in my email. Nope. I'll find it later. But he does say it somewhere. I know he does say it somewhere. He says, I wasn't even here most of the day because I was out searching. And uh-oh. Okay. I thought my camera died again. I've seen it earlier in earlier reports that the mom and stepdad were sleeping, and when they woke up, they weren't around. So how did they know exactly what they were wearing? Well, there is the story of Lily poked her head in, and then there's the story of she came in, and that's how they knew. But why was their own child taken from them? Allegedly. Paige, thank you so much, honey. Really do appreciate you very much. Or Don Wells, Exactly, Ash. Exactly. If it's all I had in my bank. Oh, honey, thank you. God bless you. Thank you, Paige. That's so. Just that message. Just bless you, honey. I love you, honey. He skipped over that remark. Said he wasn't home. Did I skip it? Did I skip it? Did I not just hear it? Maybe I just didn't hear it. If you say they were outside playing but never went outside alone, then say you think somebody took them but you were sleeping. Okay, that's a lot of BS. You know what happened? Not had a huge selection of clothes. Might be easy to figure out. Yeah. Kids grow fast. When they're little, they're not in clothes long. Hey, Valerie. Hold on. Smells like something's burning. I got my window open, though, so it might be that. Where is the youngest child at today? Allegedly, don't know. The only way Lily This backpack would be brown as if she was on the back loop of a four-wheeler dirt mate. Is brown in my opinion. Yeah. She has, Sheila. She really has. In junior high, my child grew 7 inches in 1 year. They will, Little Red. Yeah. Yeah. My kids have always been tall. Like, I'm the shortest one in the house. My kids were taller than me when they were in 5th grade. 5th grade, they were all taller than me by 5th grade. Tall and thin, yeah. Did Nancy really do the 1, 2, 3? Let me see that Tootsie Roll. Yes, she did. All right, guys. I love you all. I appreciate you. I'll be back live here in just a little bit. About an hour from now, we will be talking about some stuff. So join me again in about an hour from now. You all are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to Nova Scotia and Canada in general for your support, and thank you for just opening up your arms, your hearts, and everything. Did we get 1,000 likes? Did we get 1,000 likes?
Girl, how I look? Like a damn fool. No, them veneers don't make that look no better. Girl, bye.
Christopher! Katie! Oh, Katie! Christopher! Oh, Grace! Oh, Grace!
I'm not searching. I'm too busy with BHB right now. Oh, but they were dropped. They were dropped. I forgot about that.
And it
to
was
Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Proudfoot, what happened?
Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass.
You rang.
Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass.
I said, here I am.
Oh.
Suck it now.
Oh.
Suck it now.
Oh.
Suck it now.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Girl, how I look? Like a damn fool. No, them veneers don't make that look no better. Girl, bye.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Oh my God! Look at Chris.
Joe Daugherty wants to watch the videotape.
Is that Chris?
Someone's
Oh.
Suck it now.
a bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Oh my God! Look at Chris.
Joe Daugherty wants to watch the videotape.
Is that Chris?
Girl, how I look? Like a damn fool.
Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to.
Katie! Christopher! Katie! Oh, Katie! 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 Oh, Katie! Katie!
Oh.
Suck it now.
They can shut their chicken tone, chicken bone, Google Chrome, no home flip phone, disown, ice cream cone, garden gnome, student loan, full-blown Indiana Jones, overgrown Flintstone, X and Y chromosome, Fred Zone, Sylvester Stallone, AutoZone, professionally seen silver Patron, head the fuck up, okay?
How you doing? How you doing?
Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all for 1,000 thumbs up. You guys are amazing. You really are. I love you and adore each of you. Every single one of you. All right, guys. Better call Tyrone. Oh, I'm going to be adding some things to the chicken party tonight. You the rapper, Justin. How you be mother chicken. Word to the mother chicken. I'm so white. It's not even funny. All right, guys. Love you all. See you guys in a little bit. Much love. Pearls out.